Hello everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Today I want to show you a very simple 2-row pattern repeat. This is the wrong side and I actually like the way the wrong side looks. But if you prefer the right side, here's the right side. So you can use the right side up or the wrong side up, it's up to you. And I just use a 5mm hook and some acrylic yarn. Now you can use any yarn size or any hook size that you like. Here's the right side again. And the wrong side, I really like the wrong side. Here's one more picture of the wrong side. Now let's get started. Let's start by making a slip knot in the chain. You can chain any amount that you like as long as it's uneven. And just to make a little sample, I will chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have an uneven number of chains. Now chain 3 more to replace the double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and skip those 3 chains. 1, 2, 3, and make a half double crochet into the 4th chain. Yarn over, and I go into the top loop of the 4th chain and make a half double crochet. Skip 1 chain and make a slip stitch into the next chain. Chain 3 for the double crochet, and into the same loop of that chain make a half double crochet. Let's repeat. Skip 1 chain, make a slip stitch into the next chain, chain 3, and make a half double crochet into the same chain. Skip 1, slip stitch, chain 3, and half double crochet. Skip 1, make a slip stitch into the next chain, chain 3, and a half double crochet into the same chain. And here are the last 2 chains. Skip 1 and then the last chain, make a slip stitch. Row 1 is complete. As you can see, we have a little bit of a bow going on, but that will straighten out in the next rounds. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern repeats with 11 chains. Let's start row 2. Chain 3 for the first double crochet, then chain 1 more for the chain space. Turn your work over, then go in between those 2 chains where the slip stitch is. Right there in that spot, make sure you have 2 pieces of yarn on your hook and make a double crochet. Yarn over, go in between those 2 chains into the slip stitch and make the double crochet. Chain 1, and now we can repeat. Go in between the next 2 chains where the slip stitch is and make a double crochet. Chain 1, go between the next 2 chains into the slip stitch and make a double crochet. Chain 1, double crochet into the slip stitch, chain 1, and at the end of the round we have to make 1 more double crochet. Go all the way to the bottom of the chain, right here where you can see the 2 pieces of yarn coming in from the right and from the left. Go into that back bump of the chain and into the next piece of yarn and make a double crochet into that chain. And we can start row 1 again. Now this is the wrong side, but I believe it actually looks prettier than the right side. Let's take a look. So we have our wrong side here, and then when you turn it over, you have the right side. You can use that as well. Both sides look pretty. And as you can see, our work straightened out. Now let's start row 1 again with a chain of 3 for the first double crochet. Turn your work over and make a half double crochet into that first double crochet. Go through both loops and make a half double crochet. Go into the next double crochet, make a slip stitch, chain 3 and make a half double crochet into the same double crochet. And we can repeat for the rest of the row. Slip stitch into the next double crochet, chain 3 and make a half double crochet into the same stitch. Slip stitch into the double crochet, chain 3 and half double crochet into the same stitch. Slip stitch into your last double crochet, chain 3 and make a half double crochet into that last double crochet when you get to the end of the row. Now when you take a closer look, you see that little bump of the first chain. Skip that and go into the second chain and make a slip stitch. And I try to grab 2 loops, so I have 2 loops or pieces of yarn on my hook, and I make my slip stitch into that chain. Now we can start row 2 again. And I have 5 little pattern repeats again, just like in row 1. Here's the wrong side. So let's continue with row 2. Chain 3 for the first double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 more chain for the chain space. Turn your work over, make a double crochet into the slip stitch in between the first 2 chains. Chain 1, double crochet into the slip stitch, chain 1, double crochet into the slip stitch, chain 1, and 1 more time, double crochet into the slip stitch, chain 1, and now let's take a look where we have to make our double crochet. You see right here where the yarn goes in from the right and from the bottom. Go into that piece of yarn and the one right next to it. So the first chain, and make a double crochet into that. And now we can start row 1 again. Chain 3 for the first double crochet. Whoops, need only 3 chains. And then turn your work over, make a half double crochet into that first double crochet. Slip stitch into the double, chain 3, and half double crochet into the double. Slip stitch into the double, chain 3, and half double crochet into the double. So we're repeating row 1 again. Slip stitch into the double, chain 3, and half double crochet into the double. Slip stitch, chain 3, and half double. Now let's see how we finish this row. Now we can finish our row. Skip the first chain, that little piece of yarn, go into the second chain, and I try to have 2 pieces of yarn on my hook and make a slip stitch. We can start row 2, chain 3 for the double, and then chain 1 more for the chain space, make a double crochet into the slip stitch, chain 1, and double crochet into the slip stitches. Then the last double crochet, you see where the yarn comes in from the right and from the bottom, go into that first chain, to both loops, and make a double crochet into that. Chain 3 to start a new row. Now if you like to switch color, and I'll show you how to do that, leave 2 loops from the last double crochet that you made on your hook. So make your last double crochet, but leave 2 loops on the hook, and now you can pull your new color through. And now we can start our row 1 again with a chain of 3. Turn your work and make the half double crochet into the first double crochet. So now all we have to do is repeat our row 1 again. Slip stitch into all of the doubles, chain 3 and make your half doubles into the same double. At the end of this row, I want to show you real quickly how to change colors again, so we know how to make color changes on both ends. So at the end of the row, make a slip stitch, skip over the piece of yarn and make a slip stitch into the chain, but this time pull the new color through. And now you can start row 2 with the new color. Chain 3 for the double and then 1 more for the chain space, turn your work. And then you can start row 2 again, just the same way we did before. Crochet into all of the slip stitches of the previous row and make a chain 1 in between. Now at the end of this row, it's actually nice to see the different color. So right here where the green yarn is, that's where we make our double crochet. 1 and 2 pieces of yarn of the previous chain and make a double crochet. And now you can start row 1 again. You can either change your color if you like or just continue with the same color. 3 chains, turn your work, half double crochet into the double, and so on. Slip stitch into the next double and continue with row 1. And again at the end of the row, slip stitch into the chain. And you can make that slip stitch with a new color if you like, or continue with the same color. Start row 2 again, chain 3 for the double, chain 1, turn your work, and double crochet into all of the slip stitches with a chain 1 in between. Let's see where our last double goes. You can see the 2 pieces of yarn again with a different color coming in from the right and from the bottom. So we go into that stitch, into that chain through both pieces of yarn and make our double crochet. And here we are. Now you can make as many rows as you like, and you can make as many color changes as you like. Personally, this is the wrong side. I like the wrong side better than the right side, but it's your preference. You can use both sides. They're both pretty. So here's the wrong side. And this is the right side. It is pretty too. I hope you liked this little pattern. And I hope you had fun making it. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.